Now, the SnowRunner developers just dropped a huge update about Phase 3, including a projected release schedule with many other things. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you stick around for the rest of the video. So the moment that you guys have been waiting for is finally here. The developers have released a bunch more information about Phase 3 and everything that comes along with it. Now, not quite everything, but a much bigger amount of information than we knew in the past. Now, this is going to come from what I'm going to link in the description box down below, which is the January community update. And they've said, hello, SnowRunners. We hope you've all had a great new year and are ready to keep on trucking into 2021. We certainly are. We know you must all have lots of questions after a slightly more quiet holiday season, so we're here to satisfy your curiosity in today's XXL January update. Let's dig into it. Now, they've said Season Tree is coming. Now, tree obviously to indicate logging, and logging, the really cool thing about it, and I want to get this right out of the way right in the beginning of the video, and that is that when Season 3 officially drops, logging will not just be a feature on the Wisconsin maps. New logging-oriented contracts will be implemented into the previous maps that we have seen in the game as well, which is going to be a very welcome addition and will also allow you guys that really enjoy logging, especially those of you that enjoyed it back in the days of MudRunner, to experience more gameplay centered around the topic of logging than is offered only on the Wisconsin maps. Now, that's not to say that the amount of logging you have on the Wisconsin maps is not very large, but if you exhaust all of the options for logging on the Wisconsin maps, it's nice to know that there will be more logging content to take part in on the previous maps across the game's life cycle. So that's a really nice thing, and I'm really glad that they're doing that. So they go on to say, when braving the 2 4-kilometer squared maps in the Wisconsin region, Grain Woods River, and Black Badger Lake, your mission is to repair a train loading station and clear train tracks to get the log deliveries back up and running. To do this, you'll need to power inactive facilities deep in the wilderness using special generator trailers, which are limited in number. Make sure you plan your routes and your gear ahead of time, because Wisconsin can be unforgiving to the unprepared. Now, I can attest to this, because those of you that have been a subscriber for a while, or like even if you subscribed fairly recently, you will have seen me playing the Wisconsin region on the public test server on PC. Now, public test server, if you don't know, is a really cool tool that the developers offer, to where if you have the PC version of the game, you can actually test features of the game early, like for example the 2 Wisconsin maps, and report back to the developers with bugs and things like that that you find. Now, in terms of a release schedule for the official version of Phase 3, they've said they are currently targeting a February release. Now, that's about in line with what a lot of us expected. Now, that does not necessarily mean, early February. That does not mean that on February 1st, Phase 3 is going to drop. But that's not how that works. It means pretty much it could be any time throughout February. I would expect and hope for mid-February, but we'll have to wait and see when that gets a little bit closer. Like I said, I'm hopeful for mid-February, but we will absolutely 100% have to wait and see, and that is not confirmed. The only thing that is confirmed is what the developers officially said, and I will go ahead and reiterate their official statement one more time, and that official statement is, we are currently targeting a February release for Season 3. Now, moving on to Season 3 at a glance, what are you guys going to get? You're going to get Wisconsin, you're going to get logging gameplay, you're going to get 3 new vehicles, the International Paystar Twin Steer, the Pacific P512PF, and the Boar 45318. You're also going to get new vehicle skins and customization items, as well as new add-ons, including 2 types of log grapplers. Free content-wise, you're going to be getting another 2 trials, new missions on previous maps, and new customization items, including curtains, which yet again, you guys have seen those on my streams. And basically, when we go through the customization features on the public test server, as far as Phase 3 goes, basically what the curtains are if you're used to seeing kind of like the curtains that hang down from the tops of like the windshield, you kind of see them in Euro Truck Simulator sometimes. Those are going to become an option if you so choose to install them on your trucks. Not all trucks, but some trucks will have them once Phase 3 releases. And now we move on to some recently released bug fixes and confirmed or upcoming bug fixes, which are going to be a welcome addition to the game to a lot of you. Now, let's go ahead and get into that list. Now, first off, friends list loading endlessly has been fixed. Confirmed, 100%. Negative money on consoles. This was caused by a buggy mod. Now, they've said that has now been fixed. They've also said yesterday's update to the game will have restored your money by turning your negative balance into a positive balance. However, the fix for this, as I film this video, is still on the way for Xbox and has not yet been released. However, if you are on PC or PlayStation, I believe that fix is live for you right now, and you should not have to deal with any more negative money issues whatsoever. Now, the Yukon cabin bug. The Yukon cabin bug has plagued a lot of players that have been making their way through the Yukon region. I know I ran into it a bunch when I was doing my Yukon playthrough on my live streams, and where it said the mission required 10 or 15 cabins, which should have been 2 or 3. This has now been fixed, but you may need to restart the mission for it to take effect. So if you've been struggling with that, just restart, especially if your game still says you need that many cabins, go ahead and restart that mission, and you should only need 2 or 3. Now, another one that has been a big one on a lot of players' minds is lost vehicles on Big Salmon Peak. The team has found a fix to make sure it doesn't happen again. This is official words from the developers. The team has found a fix to make certain it doesn't happen again. It is unfortunately not possible to restore the lost vehicles, and they've also gone on to say our apologies to those affected by this. So again, like I said, it's very unfortunate that they're not able to restore those vehicles that have been lost. However, it's really cool to see them, saying like, hey, look, we found a fix for this. We guarantee it won't happen in the future. We're, deeply sorry to those that had to deal with lost trucks, which I guarantee, I'm sure, that is a massively frustrating issue. Now, I personally did not have to deal with that issue, and I'm very, very, very thankful for that. However, I have seen a lot of people in my comment section that have said that that issue has been a large part of their experience during gameplay when playing through Big Salmon Peak, which again is very unfortunate because I found Big Salmon Peak to be a really good map, a really entertaining map, and it's kind of a shame that a glitch like that could, really detract from the experience of an otherwise very well-designed and very well-presented map, in my opinion. Another thing that we should definitely touch on is the weekly update to console mods that they featured in this overall community update. Now, they've said, we understand many of you are eager for more visibility on which mods are coming to console, so starting this week, we will be posting a list of all mods that have arrived on console in the last 7 days. This will go out on each Wednesday. Over time, the rate of new mods coming to console will slow down, and we will adapt the rate of these updates to fit the circumstances. Now, personally, I don't know if that rate will ever slow down to an actual crawl, because I'm sure that people will always be developing and releasing new mods for consoles, and with what we've seen so far, we definitely have a big outlook ahead of us in terms of what could actually come to consoles. They've also said, we've also been seeing a lot of you asking about what is required for a mod to be eligible to be added to consoles, so we're going to add a list of requirements in a dedicated forum post that you can use as reference for this, which is good. It's really, really cool to see that. Now, one more thing that I did want to touch on as well is the mod awards overhaul, and they've said starting in January, we're making big changes to the monthly mod awards. Instead of winners being picked based on subscriber numbers, a team of Saber developers will pick their 5 favorite mods every month, one for each of 5 categories. Those being vehicle model, driving experience, map design, map environment, and uniqueness. Now, this is a different take to this mod reward system, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see which mods rise to the top with a system like this. I, for one, am kind of curious to see which mods end up at the forefront. Now, with that being said, if you guys have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section down below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I always try to be as actively in the comments as I possibly can, and, I really do like talking to you guys in the comments. We really do get some really good conversations going, and it really does allow me to see all sorts of different angles within the community, and I think it really helps bring out a broader view of really everything going on in the community, and I think it gives everybody a really nice way to sort of converse with all the different sides of the community, because, you know, Xbox players may have different concerns than PlayStation players, and PC players may have different concerns than both Xbox and PlayStation players. So there's definitely a lot of discussions to be had, a lot of discussion to be had just in general. And also, let me know in the comment section down below whether you are a PC player or a console player. Either way, let me know which mods you have been getting the most playtime out of and the most enjoyment out of, and let me know which mods have really kind of hit home for you and really been tremendous successes in your mind that you've been really enjoying using. And also, if you are looking forward to Wisconsin, if you're looking forward to logging, let me know all of that stuff in the comments down below. And with that being said, guys, that's where we're going to end this video. I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave it a like. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments as per usual. And if you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you all later.